In this video, we'll look at how to set up the project schedule in Microsoft Project. Once you've completed adding your tasks to the Gantt chart, you want to make sure the start date of the project is correct and that the working and non-working days defined by your organization are going to reflect in the schedule. So let's do that. First thing you want to do is come up here to the Project tab and Project Information button. And that brings up the Project Information dialog box. Let's check the start date here. It's set for October 16. Let's change that. We want to be in December 4th. And then go down and hit OK. Now our project date is set and the start date. But now we want to make sure the organization's working and non-working days are right, so when we do some scheduling, the times get calculated correctly. So to update those working and non-working times, go up again to the Project tab and then click the Change Working Time button. And that pulls up this little calendar. And on the calendar along both sides, you can see that the weekend days are darker. And over here in the legend, you see that the dark days are the non-working days, and the clear ones are the working days. And then any date that gets edited will be bolded. So the first thing you want to make sure is that the right scheduling type is set in this drop down here. It's defaulted to standard, but if you're in a 24-hour work situation, maybe in the military or something, it might be appropriate to use the 24-hour. Or if you're working on a night shift project, you'd want to change it to night shift. But the standard default assumes an 8-hour workday with 8 to 5 working times. So we'll leave it on standard. Now, our project's going to start in December, so let's go over here on the scroll and on the calendar and scroll down to December. And we're going to start on the 4th. And let's set up some non-working times. Weekends are already set by default, as we said before, but let's set up some different work times that are non-working. Let's give our project folks a week off at Christmas, maybe through the 2nd of January. We want to go down here to this table, and we're going to type in Christmas and New Year's break. And then click on this Start column over here. And that'll fill it in, and then the finish is going to be on the 2nd of January. Now, when we click off of this, you'll see that the calendar changes, and now all this time has become darkened in the calendar. It's non-working time. And you also see that the dates are bolded because those are going to be edited working hours. So if we click on the calendar and go into January, you'll see the same here for the 1st and 2nd are non-working. Okay, let's say we want to add some more non-working days. Let's say your boss is a big Bill Murray fan. Let's do Groundhog Day. Now, you don't necessarily have to click on the calendar to pick a day. You can click the day if you want, or you can just go down here to the quick pick and choose the day. Our finish date's going to be the same. Okay, and then when you click off, now you see that the 2nd is a non-working day. Now, right now, Saturdays are non-working days also, but let's say you want to make an exception. So let's type in here Saturday workday and choose a day. We'll make it. Okay, we'll choose a day, and then the next thing you want to do is come up here and click on this Details button. Now, since it's a non-working day, we want to change this to working days. You'll see the hours have filled in 8 to 12 and 1 to 5. So hit OK. And now Saturday is a work day. Let's say you want to do a half a work day. You can choose a day that you want to do a half work day. Let's choose the 28th here, Wednesday. And we'll just type in half work day. Dates fill in. Let's click the details button. Just want to highlight the afternoon hours. Say we want to take the afternoon off. Hit delete and OK. Now you see both the 28th and 24th are no longer non-working days. They're both clear, so they're working days. Now once you have all the non-working hours and days set up that you want, click OK. Now you're ready to start building your project schedule. You may also want to come up here and modify your time scale along the top of the Gantt chart as you start to develop your schedule. Time scale can be displayed in several different combinations and formats. Right now it's set with months along the top with days in the second tier. Change it, you can just right click and choose time scale. That brings up a dialog box with the top tier, middle tier, and bottom tier tabs here along the top. Right now it's set to 2-tier display, which is the default. So the middle tier is displayed as the weeks here, and the bottom tier is showing days. So right now middle tier is chosen, and it's set to weeks as the units. Let's change that to months and see what happens in the preview box. So you can see here in the preview that the weeks have disappeared and now it just is saying months. We can drop this and change it to quarter. And now you can't see anything because the quarter is too far out for this preview. Let's change the bottom tier from days to months. And now you can see in the preview box how you can alter the time scale quite a bit. You can remove the separator if you want, but you really can play with this size, the scale size, and it's how much will show in the time scale. Once you've got what you need there, when you're satisfied with it, click OK. And now you can see that your time scale has changed. And as you start to build out your schedule and your Gantt chart grows, it'll be helpful to play with this scale and get it to display something that's useful to you. You can even go in here and show 3 tiers if you want to. And we'll make the top tier a half a year so you can see that. So that's how you alter the time scale. I'm going to go back and change it to a 2-tier again. Now, if you try to change your tiers out of order, project's going to throw an error like this because your tiers can show more or less time than another tier, like the one below it. So you have to change your tiers in order as you make changes to the time scale. So I'm going to change this back to days. And then the middle tier, we'll change that back to weeks. And hit OK. There you go. And again, you can use the zoom slider at the bottom down here in the lower corner to change the scale of the Gantt chart view. And now you're ready to start building your schedule.